But guys, we do have the final best of 3 of the night. It's going to be a rematch, SyDe versus Deathnote. Let's go.
Worth noting that SyDe, before he vetoed Amazonia and Terranistan in their first best of 3, and then we remember how poorly Concealed Hill went for him. Now he vetoed Amazonia and Concealed Hill, and Deathnote's loser map is now Terranistan. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, a bit of a switch up. And why do you think Deathnote made those adjustments?
Well, Deathnote chose Terranistan because that's probably a map he's very comfortable with going Mountain King, and he obviously gets his expansion secured. He's comfortable playing 2-base, but I feel like SyDe probably vetoed CH because he just didn't know how to deal with that mine cancel that happened over and over again. And he says, okay, I'll deal with your Mountain King as long as I can secure my own expansion. He doesn't want to have to deal with one base, mine cancels by level 3 Archmage, stuff like that, I imagine.
Very good point. Remo Demo in the chat saying, thank God they realized that NA is trash and they do an EU DuSt League. Well,
I think Remo's drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, we're thinking about doing NA 2v2 though, because well,
yeah,
you know what's up.
You know what happened.
Yeah, don't you? Don't you chump.
3 Acolytes, 2 Wolves. You know, that's an uneven number right there. That's
me look good with my
I'll
Cripplord surrounds too. He made me look really good, dude. I can't wait for that to be on the YouTube forever. Remo to losing to me forever in Warcraft 3 on the internet. Well, you enjoy the rest of your night, Remo. Okay, we're gonna cast the rest of this game. In the bottom left, we do have SyDe. In the top right, we have Deathnote. PogChamp.
Dreadlord! Let's
go. No way.
My man. Different hero every time. DK. Before that, Dreadlord. Before that, Lich. Before that, Crippler. Before that, DK. Before that, Crippler. Now we have Dreadlord for our first match of the final series of the day. Again and again and again. These undead players today, man. We've only seen Archmage. We've only seen Keeper first, I think. Yeah, only seen Keeper first. Crazy.
Wow. Wow. We're really getting spoiled today, guys. Really getting spoiled with some good undead play. And yeah, Blight Skull going up. This is going to be an expansion. Fast with the Dreadlord. Where is the Acolyte, though? Oh, the Acolyte coming back. Oh, the Acolyte coming back from the Scout. So he actually doesn't have to invest in another one.
We were talking about that a little bit earlier, right? Is suicided into the mercenary camp of your opponent does not mean you can... You know, it means you have to rebuild it for the expansion, so...
Hell yeah. There we go.
Heck yeah.
You're heckin' right. All right, so the pull again from Deathnote, and he's going to nail this perfectly. No, nothing in his way. He already knows he's getting there on the perfect line. So 2 quick ones here, and this is going to be a level 3 very soon.
Yeah, very soon, absolutely. Deathnote changing things up slightly. He took both greens before doing this previously, but I think it was just because he got his pull denied a little more well done by the undead, I should say. But here comes the Dreadlord. Last hit potential? Nope. But the tome is up for grabs, but neither of these players likes tomes. Get him out of my face. Priest going to be saved nicely, but Deathnote got to be careful because we know what happens to Archmages today.
Oh, the surround. Not locked in, though. Not fully locked in.
Well, you get a clean positioning behind this mercenary camp, and this could certainly be an overcommitment, especially with those bone chimes working away, too, for Deathnote. Oh, Carrion Swarm on top of everything. Level 3 Archmage. Priest falls. Berserker up for grabs. Deathnote does get it. I think SyDe could have grabbed it himself. He had the economy for it. I think that would have been a great choice, but as it stands, that Berserker, the level 3, the bone chimes, is going to hold, at least for now, but the expansion is up for SyDe soon.
Okay, so Deathnote coming in with level 3. Very good hold, I have to say. And usually a fight at the Mercenary isn't what you want. But this is going to buy Deathnote enough time to maybe go for an expansion if he still wants to. Lumbermill going down. I think that's going to be the play. Dreadlord blocking.
He's blocking because he doesn't want to get his mine canceled, because this is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, the mine is ticking.
Is there a sleep? I think... Oh, no, he went for Carrion Swarm, of course. Okay, he's got sleep and Carrion. I feel like he should have committed earlier, even suicided a couple ghouls, because now this gold mine is getting, it seems like, all in. Deathnote's on tier 1, Ricky. Power building a lumber mill. This is it. He's going for it. But he might just be forced away right away. The sleep, the surround. The gold mine is not canceled. Can he lock in the surround? Oh, he almost relocks it in. This is it. This is the game right here. The cold tower just at the maximum range gets one attack. Is it enough? Not enough damage on the Archmage, but certainly enough to force him away. But look at all the peasants. Look at all the footmen. The gold mine may not be cancelable anymore, but double water elementals and the berserker are going to start putting in work on the ghouls.
Oh man, this is tough. And SyDe's
surround! 3 points.
No way! No way!
Oh, he missed it. He had it for a second and he let it go.
SyDe's gonna be able to get this expansion up, and now with the ghouls still alive. Oh, block on the Archmage. I cannot believe this Archmage has actually lived long enough to not have to waste that TP. And the Dreadlord really wishing that he wasn't a Dreadlord right now, because you'd love to see some Beetles. Even though there's a priest here, you would just love to see more summons. This Dreadlord's actually kind of useless right now.
Yeah, any little bit of mana he gets, he just uses to tickle the footman a tiny bit, but the priest is going to heal up that Archmage with... It has full mana as well.
Could see blocks with the ghoul. You gonna block side? No.
Yeah. Oh, side, I think getting a second crypt right now at your main base would be great, because the expansion is mining. All you need to do is try to mass some units. Maybe even sending something to the mercenary camp. Sending a ghoul there even, this low ghoul by the tavern, send it to Deathnote's mercenary camp when daytime hits, by the Ogre Mauler, by the Mud Golem, by the next priest, and just try to mass as many units as you can. He's going to get a second crypt side. You just got to hold. You have the 2 base economy, you just need to hold. You need as many units as you can get.
Okay, the Acolyte's getting targeted right now. The Dreadlord comes back in. He does have enough for a sleep, but does he have the target fire right now? The towers are about to come up, Carson. The Arcane will be first, but it's followed up by 2 guard towers. And how is SyDe going to deal with this? He needs to start, he needs to cancel towers, but he's actually not targeting the one that's going to finish sooner, and I don't think he could actually even take this one down. Footy's account is way too high. Deathnote.
Ooh, and Deathnote, he has plenty of gold. He's going to be the one to get these mercenaries when it hits daytime. And this is going to be a big boon to his damage. This could be a potential surround,
no,
but
he botches it again.
It's woken up, yeah. The towers are up. But the expansion's still mining. 1,000 gold has been mined, and you know what? This isn't a huge investment for SyDe. They're both still tier 1, but yeah, if Deathnote is able to actually secure this base, right in his face, in fact.
Oh, man. Just the no respect. He goes, you know what, I beat you, I can do it again. Level 4 in the Archmage, and actually SyDe just unsummons and gives this up. And this is already a towered expo, Carson.
Wow, yeah. And the techs are even, but now the economy will not be. Wow. What an early game. A nice choice of strategy from Deathnote to just go all in. And the Dreadlord's level 3, but you really need to make the game go as late as possible with this Dreadlord, with level 6 being a win condition, but when you're on one base, you can't really do that very easily.
And Deathnote right away, not wasting any time. He's just going to go straight for the tech as well. He's already got the expansion. Might as well just go into tier 2, tier 3, and just win the game out inside right now with this Dreadlord. And if you miss the sleep surrounds like this, it's just useless, man. It is such a bad hero to have with no mana. And your shock and awe value is kind of gone. This Archmage still level 4 right now, way more tanky, right? Harder water elementals, still has a TP. So even if you landed a surround right now, he's going back home with an expansion. He can just buy another TP at the shop. He's ready to go. Like you can't get any value from this Dreadlord anymore.
So it does have 1,200 gold, and Deathnote just invested heavily into this expansion, but it is going to be fully saturated in a second with, as you mentioned, plenty of towers. It's going to be very hard for, it's going to be hard for SyDe to break that expansion, and even more so to even up the two base economy, because where are you going to expand? You got to creep the red camp. You gotta creep the top red camp if you're SyDe and you want to get an expo at this point. Oh, that Ogre does go to Deathnote, who gets the potion of greater mana. That would have been great for SyDe. That would have possibly been what he needed to pick apart these footmen. But as it stands now, there's a heal scroll, there's plenty of water elementals, and there's an expansion.
Just so tilting to see your opponent get that item too. I mean, you're a hero that relies on mana, and your opponent picks up the best mana item draw possible. That was supposed to be yours.
All right, tier 2's about to finish for both players. Has in fact finished for SyDe, who is going straight to tier 3 with the Slaughterhouse. Still has dual crypt and still has a decent bank. Can he creep up to level 5 Dreadlord. Level 3 Carrion Swarm. Maybe start to harass the peasants over here. They're very exposed because the army cannot defend. The towers can, but the army cannot very easily. So if there can be level 5 Dreadlord, maybe there's a way which side can harass his way to level 6 with this Dreadlord.
I mean, yeah, he's going to need some serious creep camps, though. He doesn't have an orb. He doesn't have any real DPS. The Fiends are okay, but the Dreadlord, you know, it's going to be hard to creep up, but he could. It's a possibility. Mountain King coming out now. Arcane, double Arcane Sanctum. Probably just going to see the Workshop later on. Tier 3 tech on the way as well. Deathnote's getting everything he needs. No way he gets this. Oh, he got it. Oh, my God.
Huge. Huge, because you need to get level 5. You need to work your way up to level 6. It's just like a ward in this Dreadlord. This is how it functions. You need that ultimate. One footman going to fall. The priest going to fall. Another footman potentially. Mana pot, health pot used, but the fiends are on the menu now for the Archmage. Potentially one going to fall. Potentially two going to fall. The Archmage is almost level 5. Water Elemental going to be traded, but again, Deathnote just going up to tier 3 Arcane Sanctums. 2 of them, in fact, and just going into Breakers. Why not?
This is, yeah, this is rough, man. This is rough. The Dreadlord trying to creep up right now, but Deathnote sitting on this expansion comfortably. There's no way that side ever takes us down. Look at the SimCity now. Blacksmith right in his face. Shop already there. Tier 3 tech done. Where's the Mountain King? Mountain King finally coming into the fray.
Shredder for side. Does he need that? He's got 4 ghouls on lumber. I guess he wants to use those for army, but is that really necessary? Zeppelin. Okay, so side is going to try to potentially buy some time, I imagine, with this Zeppelin. Going to try to harass this expansion, certainly. And Deathnote, can he creep this? He has another Water Elemental in a second, but this is a ambitious creep camp. But he's going to get it, it seems.
Yeah, Water Elemental is really strong. We'll see if side wants to drop in the main base. He is out of range of some of the guard towers, but it's not going to be that much damage. And oh, but the Carrion Swarm could be nice.
Yeah, he's going to shut down the mining, and every peasant counts when you're trying to get up to level 6. It's really what's important. And this Arcane Tower is going to be dealt with. Yeah, this is the workaround for when you have these weird tower placements, which very often happens with tower rushes like this. Oh, fake bolt, but the Zeppelin is still there. Peasants coming back. There's no mana on the Dreadlord to do another Carrion Swarm, or else all these peasants would die. And he's going to heal it up. Nicely done by Deathnote.
Yeah, now that side has gotten the Shredder, he could definitely use these ghouls for more aggressive run-bys if he wanted. Like in the main base, there's only an Arcane. Now there's going to be a guard tower, but there wasn't before. So opportunity there for side maybe if you wanted to use it. Oh, he's stealing the... Oh, he doesn't get it!
Oh, unfortunate. So close to level 5.
The tower got it.
Yeah. Now King could bolt again. Just going to play it safe. Side not going for any fancy dodges. Why would you? Those level 2 aura. The bolt mana not too important. Inside, what can you do? He really had to, I feel, get all the peasants there and shut down mining at that expansion for a long time, or else Deathnote was just going to run away. And run away he is. With the tier 3 being finished, with the Arcane Sanctums being finished, Workshop on the way as well. 2 Workshops, in fact. He could just tank him if he wanted at this point, Deathnote, I feel like.
I love that he's banking. Because he knows, like, what honestly can side do for a long time and take advantage. I'm getting so much value on just these couple units with my Mountain King. This is so good. Just bank all day. And Deathnote banks even when he's kind of in trouble. But he is going to break anyway with this Paladin regardless. So just deciding to make some knights.
Dreadlord is this close to his level 5. No town portal though, Ricky, but I feel as though side is in a position to maybe fight. Level 5 on the Dreadlord. The breakers are tough to deal with. There's a decent amount of ghouls though. There is Burrow, but there's flying machines in the air. He surrounds. Oh my god, is the town portal gonna have to pass as a staff? There is a staff indeed. There it is used, but this means side is probably gonna win this fight. And remember, there's sleep, yeah, and there's the sleep surround. Town portal going to be forced as well, it seems.
No way. No way. You got to lock that inside.
Lock it in. Nice micro so far by Deathnote to fight his way out, and he does indeed. One breaker possibly going to fall. 61 supply for Deathnote.
And, yeah, I mean, the problem is, you know, Carrion Swarm doesn't do much to breakers. And Knights are pretty tanky as well. So it's like... Where's your DPS, man? Still having a problem like deciding how this army is supposed to work. I just want to say it doesn't, and you know neither does side with the GG. And Deathnote gonna take this game. SyDe just wants to end this madness and get to game number 2, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, this is why you need level 6, right? The Carrion Swarm gives you a way of killing peasants. The peasants give you a way of getting to level 6 easily. The level 6 gives you an opportunity to fight things like breakers, to fight things like rifles, knights. It helps you out quite a bit, but you need to get there, and in order to get there, you need, you know, the potential to play that hit and run style, which you just can't do on one base.
I agree. SyDe immediately joining the game. He's ready to go. Yep, people roasting my expertise in the chat. Oh no, it's now a copy paste. No.
Copy paste.
Yeah. That's my take on copy pasta.
It's a copy paste. Let me get in here.
Iron Chef says that's why he said that he loves air fights, because one side always wins and one side always loses. Yeah, in the first fight. Like, one side wins by a landslide and the other one, it's never going to be even. This is a fair analysis, Mr. Who said that again? Mr. Iron Chef 5. All right. That wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong. SyDe won in the first fight, and the game was over. One side won, one side loses right off the bat. All right.
And one side could potentially win here. The side of Deathnote could
Against
take the 2-0.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Deathnote in the top 8 of DuSt League? Would you ever have guessed it? Would you ever have guessed it?
Nope. No, I wouldn't have. Yeah, we had some good times yesterday, Stefan. That was a great stream, man. That poll, that 33% poll was hilarious. Remo losing was hilarious. The smiley faces I gave
YouTube tonight.
The smiley faces I gave him every time I surrounded his hero. Oh, if I could just be him for like a second and just get his emotional breakdown. Oh, num 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 num. That would be so good, you know. It felt good for me, you know. Now he's challenging me to a 1v1 in the chat because he's so I love it, dude. I love it. He's so bad.
If you guys didn't see the 100K celebration yesterday, it's gonna be edited and put on YouTube tonight. Well, tonight for me in North America. It's 1 p.m. right now. It'll be up tonight. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be edited down. The breaks will be cut out the fat, so you can go check it out on YouTube. And yeah, it was probably one of the best streams at least me and Bidoux have ever done since we've been with Back to Warcraft. Probably one of the best streams.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It was so much fun.
Those players are ready.
I think we're just waiting for SyDe. Okay, we're good to go.
There we go.
All right, you excited?
Yeah.
Could potentially be the last one of the night. You gonna miss me?
We'll be back tomorrow and the day after that.
Oh yeah, it's a quadruple header today or this weekend. I forgot about the ESL Cup.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's 5 in a row for me, baby.
You're
hard working man. DuSt, ESL. Yep, get Tuesday off, but
you full time back to Warcraft?
Yep, baby. Well, and I teach music, but don't talk about that too much.
Hell yeah, who cares about that? What we do have is something we do care about, which is Warcraft 3, and we got game number 2, Deathnote.
I only care about Grubby. Sorry, do it again.
No, we're gonna put that was so funny. Game number 2, guys, Deathnote versus SyDe. Let's go. Grubby. All right. Oh, I love it when the overlay just works totally fine.
Will we see a Dreadlord again? It certainly can work. Especially Ricky. Think about it. No mercenary camp on Northern Isles. No priests, no berserkers. There is a quick level 3 route, but no mercenary camp to do those sorts of all-in pushes for Deathnote. He may have to counter expand. If you counter expand, you're playing straight into what SyDe wants with the Dreadlord. Give it to me again. Okay, Criplord again. Different hero every time.
Wow, is that 7 games in a row?
I think every undead game we've had today, which has been, what, 4 best of 5s? 4 best of 5s? 3 best of 5s? 4 best of 5s? Or best of 3s? Why do I keep saying best of 5?
Figure it out.
It's been a different hero.
Spit it
3,
out.
6, 7?
I know, it's a lot. Guys, we had different undead
Shame
heroes.
on you. Shame on me.
You fool me once, I won't get fooled again. That's a good Bush reference right there.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on you. Shame on you. He just doesn't know the saying at all.
You fool me twice, I won't get fooled again.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. One of the best presidents ever, man.
Jesus, going to the Tuskar camp, gonna get that early level 2, could get a nice item as well. Deathnote seems to understand pretty well what he wants to do against these, I'll say, previously cheesy undead styles, which are now looking more standard than they once were. Seems to know what to do. Get that early level 3, get that later expansion, pressure. Seems to know what he's doing pretty well here.
All right. Hell yeah. So, Skull of the Beast being dropped by the Archmage, and SyDe going straight for that NI expansion. He's going to be able to get away with this. However, like we said, and this is why I hated when undead players would go Zig first, which is what SyDe's doing. You need that mine up, man. Especially if you're going to camp it anyway. But
possibly debatable. I mean, that's one of those really fine details that I'm not actually too sure on, because you of course have to sort of grind out games to understand fully the nuances of all those details. So I'm not too sure how I would debate that.
It is debatable though.
Right.
It is debatable, and you
sure.
probably could do research to figure out which one's more efficient given the same timings or different timings. But I just I feel like SyDe has to defend no matter what. Like, you have to defend no matter what, because it'll cancel it no matter what.
Oh,
but
lightning shield.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's sick.
And this might be the first time Deathnote does this creep camp, Carson, without any attack.
Unharassed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been harassed all day at this Northern Isles expansion, but this time he's going to get it up for free.
Yeah, watch it work out better, right? Watch the Crippler creep level 3, then come over for the harass and probably actually do more. We'll finally be able to figure out what happens. One beetle going to go into the main base, potentially going to get one peasant. Oh, the multitasking is very, very tough. Yeah, is going to get one peasant. One beetle for one peasant, definitely worth. Nicely done by SyDe. And another beetle going to confirm that there is an expansion, that there is no all-in coming SyDe's way. He's going to get close to level 3 Crippler, but going to need another green camp before he sees that.
All right, this expansion for SyDe, though, going to go up pretty nicely.
A player's forces are under
Hey,
attack.
no cancel Reno. And he's buying a staff anyway. Actually, is he still going to try to commit to this? Because he's not going to get very far.
All right, so both players get a completely clean expansion, not losing many. Like, one worker went down, but let's assume no workers went down. They just both creep level 3. They both get expansion up for free. Minimal towers invested. Who's ahead in this matchup? Is it the undead? Or is it the human? I don't know.
It depends on the tech timing, right? Deathnote has a really good expo timing where he techs pretty much very close, similar on
he's
time.
had good lumber count. He hasn't had any lumber issues despite being like peasant harassed all day today.
Yeah, and I think a SyDe takes his time with the tech. So SyDe should
There's
be
a
teching
French-
right now. Oh,
French
there we
friend,
go.
you know.
There we go. He actually techs. This is SyDe's faster tech. This is the first time I've seen him do that, actually. Oh,
the lightning
Oh
shield.
my
Oh,
god!
gee,
No!
There's another charge. What are you supposed to do? Just evacuate. This is game winning. Oh, there's an
my
impale.
God.
Oh, wait for the impale. Do it for me. People's champ. Do the impale. Oh, they're lining up. Do it.
Oh, the lightning shield, man. So
Holy
much value.
Jesus, what are you supposed to do against that? He didn't even impale. He could have impaled all the peasants, but that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 11 peasants dying, something
I mean,
like
he
that.
could definitely, he can hug the top of this town hall right here and impale everything.
And the expansion now exposed. 4 ghouls going in.
Oh, man, SyDe is all over the map. This is crazy. Does he still have more charges? Okay, no, but the beetles in the front doing so much damage. Deathnote is hanging by a thread right now. Actually, this water
somehow
elemental
his lumber
really
is
good.
still good. His lumber is still fine.
Yeah, I don't understand. Wood has never been better. Okay, finally the Impale is being used, and it's going to be on this Expo here. He's going to run out of mana, though, with the Arcane. Actually, the Arcane's on the Beetle, not on the Crippler right now. He might be able to get 2 more Beetles.
All right. And honestly, that Lightning Shield is so rough that Deathnote really did. He defended well there. That item is just so tough to deal with in that context. Deathnote pressuring the expansion, though, level 4.
Forces are under attack.
Can he deal with this expansion? Does SyDe have enough to defend? Is a real big question here. The ghouls. Oh my god, he just locks them in. Staff in 3, but he's got a town portal out. And really not much done for Deathnote there. 1 ghoul falling in the end. Seems as though 2 acolytes fell, but that's not that much damage compared to the damage Deathnote just took. Still tier 1 is the human.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay. He's got more mana for 2 more Beetles. SyDe definitely wants to keep this pressure on. I have to say that Deathnote recovered very well from this. I mean, he took a lot of damage.
Yeah, he did. His tech is going to be very behind, but he did manage to hold on. He did manage to get his tech at least up now. This can very easily spiral for him out of control, but he's up. But there's Beetles and ghouls going to the expansion, and there's 3 low peasants here already, Ricky. Oh, no.
Yeah, and the
Deathnote's
Crippler
going back as well, but
Crippler's coming back with 2 mana pots as well, and this could probably be SyDe coming back across after this push is negated and going to push the tempo here. He'll actually have an Impale before he has to even pop a mana pot, but he pops one anyway because he wants to save the Zig. I don't know if he's going to be able to save the Zig.
oh, Scroll the Beast, that's nicely used right here, but is it going to be enough to kill the Zig? It's going to be enough to certainly kill all the Acolytes. In the meantime, the Peasants actually have been defended by Militia. Somehow Deathnote didn't lose every Peasant out of that expansion. But the Ziggurat was also saved. Those players really holding on well here. Nice.
You got to watch your
defense,
Archmage. You got to watch your Archmage.
Is there an Impale? There is a mana pot, right? Yeah, so you got to be definitely careful with that.
Player's forces are under attack.
Tech to tier 3 for SyDe right now. DK coming back across, and yeah, certainly SyDe wants to keep this pressure going. I'm surprised the Death Knight didn't buy any more mana pots. Or actually, it's probably,
there
probably
it
out.
is.
There's the Impale. Oh,
One
the
attack,
staff.
couple fiends. Oh, maybe could have got a ghoul in front to go for a slight block to just get 1 more attack, and it would have been dead. But
The coil from the
nevertheless-
DKs will still do it.
Oh, he went around. He double stepped. He went one way, fainted, and then he went all the way back. Nicely done. But again, can you do it one time? There's an Impale in the back, a coil in the front, and the
Oh
Archmage
my
is staffing out. 71 health. He doesn't have enough health. He gets out. What the hell? He ticked to 71 right as the coil was coming.
That is
Deathnote gets
unbelievable.
out.
Death Note's going to survive. What a crazy survival. But will this Expo survive, Carson? Level 5 Crypt Lord.
Wow, 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 wow. A lot of peasants falling. Level 5 is, as you say, nice and nice item as well. Lightning Shield, of course.
tears. I don't blame him. That was a great item, but you love to see the tears of defeat, man. Nice item. That item was, like you said, you have to just run out of your base. There's no way you fight that.
You just got to evacuate, I think. That's what you have to do in Human Mirror as well when there's a water elemental with Lightning Shield on it. You just got to just militia everything and just run away until that item is gone. Unfortunately, you kind of have to.
A little bit of cheese from Death Note in game 1 with the Tower Rush, you know, a little bit of gimmicks with SyDe getting that lightning item. If he doesn't get that item, it's a completely different game, guys. Don't get it mistaken. Right. Completely different game. But now we got game 3. It's going to be another 2-1 series no matter what. We'll see who takes it. And it's going to be on a weird map. This is the replaced map. And yeah. Death Note raging. Death Note not a fan of the Lightning Shield item.
A little bit. All in good fun, though, I'm sure. All in good fun,
but I'm not sure we could say that on stream what he just said. But he's none too happy about that game item. Let's say that. But what we do have, guys, is game number 3. It's going to be the decider. SyDe against Death Note on Tyranna's stand. Who's going to take it? Let's find out.
A map that SyDe did not want to play in their first series today. Vetoed it. Did not want it. Got it out of here. Played Concealed Hill instead. Did not go his way. Now he's choosing to play it. Deathnote chooses to play it as well as his loser map. Both players willing to duke it out for the better of the items. For the roulette at the mercenary camp. What will they get? Will it be a Mountain King? Archmage seems to be very comfortable for Deathnote, but will he go with the classic Mountain King?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he must. He must.
Very item dependent, but very strong if you get lucky.
Yeah, no, it's definitely... Yeah, because... I mean, it's great, right? If you get Pendant Mantle, like, at the early game, right? That's the trifecta.
Yeah.
Potion of Greater Mana with a Mantle and a Pendant. That would be the bam, boom, game over.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do it.
Okay, Crippler versus Mountain King, as I would expect, as I would bet on. The items. Oh, so importante.
Yeah, very importante, and
Is that even I think it is, actually.
certainly not. Certainly not. Importante? No, but...
Nice.
What, did I say that earlier?
No, I don't think so.
I said something like that.
Well, that's okay, fine. You said it earlier.
Well, no, I forget what I actually said. I didn't say that. You know, I
fine.
said a Spanish word like that.
Oh, that's fine.
You never just give me the... You always just think I'm trying to steal your thunder or something. You know? We should work on that. You should be more supportive.
Okay. I'll give you my catchphrases. Oh, that's 25 experience, not granted to that Mountain Kingaroo, but not too important. We'll see what items he does get. Crippler going for the very, very fast expansion himself. Okay, Cloak is not bad. Not a mantle, but it's not bad. We'll see what the big boy item is. He complained about items last game. Will he get the most complained about item on this map? No, he won't. Not ideal for Deathnote.
Sai gets it. Pendant of Energy at the expansion. So far, so good for Mr. Sai. Yeah, he's not gonna be happy. This is gonna be one of those. This is gonna be one of those games, guys.
That's what it is. Tearing his sand. A little bit of a roulette wheel. It really is. It really is.
That's why it's been removed from the ESL. I think. Why did ESL remove it? Because it was the most. They went by most vetoed. Yeah.
So they removed TM and TS. But, you know, TM is just vetoed by human, and TS is just vetoed by Orc all the time, and Night Elf all the time. So that's why.
Yeah, it's a bit of a biased survey, no? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's great for some matchups.
Yeah, 50% of
human
the
against Night Elf
game
on
vetoes
this map
it, yeah.
is dope, right?
Yeah, it is. Human vs. Night Elf is really good. I'm never going to see that again.
Orc
Shout
me
out
on
to
this
Fortitude.
map.
Fortitude killed everybody on this map in last WG DreamHack, and we're not going to see that anymore.
What item?
Oh
Pendant.
my
There we
God!
go. All right, both players can be pretty happy with their items. You cannot complain either way, I feel, for not either player.
Dude, if he got a crystal ball, you think he'd just leave?
Probably. We've seen Hawk do it before. Boots of Speed purchased. Staff purchased. The footman that would have been staffed onto was surrounded and killed earlier. So it is not going to be a staff with the Clap City, but the expansion for both players is going to be up and about 50.
It's going to be up. Yep, level 3 for the Crypt Lord. Now, pretty good. The expansion also looking pretty good. It's not like you can really cancel this with the Mountain King.
Oh. Staff. Beetle to the north.
Uh-oh.
Staff back. Both players staffing around. All right, but it seems as though Deathnote will not be harassed today. Crypt Lord gonna be chased around by this booted up Mountain King. There's a Storm Bolt. A little bit of a block. This could be... Actually, this is a little bit dangerous. This could be a dead Crypt Lord if he doesn't block. I don't think he can save this Crypt Lord. He's got to surround this. Okay, yeah, you got to surround, you got to block.
Counter surround?
Okay.
Oh, he lands it.
There's one clap. Okay, there's a cloak. He does get... That's the only way he saves that Crypt Lord, is if he gets the ghouls in there and does that. If not, there's another bolt, there's another clap. It's dead. That's a lot of mana invested for not, actually.
And SyDe needs one more Acolyte. Okay, now he should be able to tech. He's got 5 Acolytes. Probably just making sure that the Acolyte doesn't die on its route before he does tech, but we should see a very... There's so many ghouls here. Okay, yeah, SyDe's going to pull these for more creeping. I feel like he should maybe... He could probably just dive this expansion right now. There's not much for the human. A couple
not a lot of
footies.
claps either. There's 2 claps, but really you'd ideally want full men on that Mountain King to deal with this many ghouls.
Yeah, I feel like you should... I mean, you can go the long way if you want. Yeah, he picks up a Berserker too, and he might just go all the way around town. He knows that the Mountain King is somewhere here. The Crypt Lord illusion going to scout exactly what Deathnote is doing. And is Deathnote grabbing something from the lab? Oh, no, he's actually going to go... He picks up a Shredder, and he's going to creep.
Staff. There's a staff off cooldown for the Crypt Lord who could staff into the illusion. But the illusion could, of course, be abolished, so maybe not the best choice. He's just going to walk here anyway. Got the Shredder picked up. What item do you drop? Do you drop the cloak and TP out? No! The item, the Lion Horn, has to be killed. Did he kill it? He couldn't click on it, I don't think, and the Lion Horn is going to go to side.
Wait, SyDe's not picking it up.
Side? Okay. He was trying to multitask the ghouls that are going. Oh, there is a potion of invulnerability.
There's so many units here for SyDe, and now the TP's gone, and the invuln. Actually, only a staff would save him. But, oh, the impel's gone though as well. So the Mountain King could staff to get out of this weird position. Is SyDe going to keep this pressure on? I feel like he kind of needs to. Militia being called as well. Oh, this is a scary situation. Bolt comes in on the Crypt Lord. The Crypt Lord could get surrounded. Are you kidding me? The staff's all cooled up for SyDe. SyDe, you need to get out of here. Okay, he does. Wow, Deathnote's going to hold this pretty easily as well.
Yeah, there's 4 beetles that were at... Okay, yeah, they're now going to go into a Zeppelin, those 4 beetles that were at the lab this entire time. Could have definitely helped out. But what is the lumber like? Lumber's pretty good. The tier 2's about to finish, though. Deathnote can at least afford his Mountain King, and then the Shredder is going to start to go to work now as well. So the tech should not be any issue for either player, except for SyDe, a little bit low on lumber himself, but he's brought a bunch of ghouls back home now. All right. All right. We got a game.
Got ourselves a game. Double Crypt for SyDe as well. Tier 2 about to hit. And by the looks of the non-fiends coming out, looks like Garg play. And yep, as soon as Tier 2 comes out, Garg's getting pumped out. Level 4 on the Mountain King. And, oh, SyDe does go and pick up the Lion Horn last minute.
Deathnote could have almost made it back to get it, but he probably assumed that the Crypt Lord had picked it up if he didn't check the items. Slow. Only the priest for anti-air, though, so... These beetles, this Crypt Lord, the skeleton will be dropped, but maybe. Just going to give a little bit of space to SyDe for now.
Lots of ghouls still. It's going to be the Gargulio for SyDe.
Players' forces are under attack.
Nice strat, classic strat. Classic strat, really.
Yeah, I like it.
It's going to be level 4 on the Crypt Lordio as well. Item will not be able to be picked up until he uses that. Yeah, he's going to drop that other rod. Pick up that circlet. But the second hero is now out, the Death Knight for SyDe, so he's going to be able to pick up some of those items, pick up some of the slack. The Mountain King, though, very important for Deathnote to get level 5 as early as he can for level 3 class. Blood Mage is on the way out, and he's just trying to power creep before that hero comes out.
Yeah, and it's going to really stop the Crypt Lord, right? I mean, the Siphons will come in, the Mountain King's going to have tons of bolts and claps, and you kind of lose your ability to take fights as SyDe. Until you get into Tier 3 with the Orb, and you can actually just focus down the Blood Mage, get him out of the fight, but right now it's going to be tough.
Next lab going could be another Aura, but it is Rune Bracers, which is also a pretty excellent item. A lot of good items. Deathnote is just chilling like a villain right now, waiting for that shop to get up, then he'll go and creep the right side, I imagine, but at the end of the day, he's going to give up a couple of extra creep camps, it seems, to SyDe. Who's going to get level 3 Death Knight if he keeps this up for any longer? But here
yeah, if he takes this side of the map. I gotta say, Deathnote's been kind of playing super passive right now. He needs to go creep.
It's all the marbles. Do you think he's nervous? Do you think he gets nervous?
I don't know if Russians get nervous. I think they just get even.
Jesus.
Oh, double Temple of the Dam for SyDe.
Oh. Oh, a little necro wagon. Yep. And there's the exhumed corpses coming.
Forces are under attack.
There's the necro adept
Oh,
training.
Deathnote's really gonna hate this game, dude.
Yeah, what is Deathnote going for? He's going for Griffin Aviaries, and in the words of Todd, they don't work. I forget what he said, but he essentially said that Griffins do not work against necro wagon.
I mean, I think Todd thinks everything doesn't work against undead, right?
He did say it on IEM, though, so it
Oh,
had to
okay.
be his truthful
All right.
analysis, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true.
The human did, in fact, win that game with Griffins, but it was with some nice micro, I believe, so we'll see. We'll see.
Tough. It's tough is what you're saying.
It's tough. It is tough, but triple Griffin Aviary, we'll see how it works out this time.
Lots of ghouls as well. Where are the meat
A
wagons?
player's forces are under attack.
Oh, it looks like Sides might bank for a bit. He's already got 2K. And he wants to... I would... You know, if you're going to bank then, build a double slaughterhouse then. Double slaughterhouse.
Yeah, he could, but he's already... Okay, he's going into Frenzy Ghouls now. Okay, now he's breaking upkeep with the Necros with just Adept so far. Yeah, and the Lich, and the Statue Meat Wagon. More
Hellstone
ghouls,
on the ground.
maybe.
Hellstone on the ground. And the DK with the Impale. He's going to grab the Hellstone.
Clap is going to secure at least a couple of kills, but still no level 5 on the Mountain King. Definitely necessary level up. Oh, the Impales are massive. This could be a dead Blood Mage as well.
Oh, man. Deathnote. This is not the kind of fight you want to take right before you get Necro Wagon pushed. And he's banking as well. How many Griffin Aviaries does he have? He has 2 so far. There's 3, a third one. Okay, so there's going to be 3. And he's just going to pump out these Griffins like he's mad at them. And
Pump, pump away, yeah.
Lots of Necros already being built. Meat Wagon here in the statue. Being built before the Meat Wagons, guys, just so that these Necromancers have tons of mana. So if you're wondering why did he not build the Meat Wagons first? Well, very important to have that statue on mana. Look at the necks. Look at the necks. Tons of mana.
Yeah, look at the man on the statue, though. That guy's working overtime.
Oh yeah, he's running Bone Dry tune.
Bonesaw.
And Side making a little stew here, maybe taking a little, you know, he's playing against a human as well, maybe taking notes out of AKM's strats. Side maybe with these Meat Wagons, gonna make some bone gravy.
Yeah, incredible,
Right?
incredible. Yeah, he's only got 1 Meat Wagon, but does he need more than that? I don't know. Master Training on the way. The timing is hitting, and you know what? Side still has 1,000 gold in the bank. Maybe even a couple of heal scrolls wouldn't be bad to invest into. He's got 1. Wouldn't mind to see another one because this Mountain King close to level 5. A couple of good claps, a couple of good kills, and he will be level 5. But Deathnote, how many Griffins do you have? There's even Gargs in the air to counter the Griffins, so man, oh man, oh man, oh.
This is gonna be tough. But however, only the Meat Wagons will bring corpses because everything else is on the ground. So it's, I mean, these footies, you might as well just kill them here. You don't want them to give corpses right now. But there's nothing that could really give a corpse other than the Meat Wagons. And the ghouls, I guess, when they die. So this could be a long push, but also, if all those ghouls die, it's gonna feed, you know, a pretty solid Mountain King. Definitely level 5 Mountain King.
Alright,
Oh, Side, do you want to push this or do you want to give this up and go defend? I feel like you kind of have to just push this, and that's what he's going to do. Side diving into the main expansion.
I feel like a nice choice from Deathnote to not fight this, because although they're going to trade expansions, yeah, which might favor the undead, I'm not sure, but at least you will have used a lot of the Necro mana up. You know, the Meat Wagon might be out of position in the next fight. You kind of get more time to ideally counter this Necro Wagon build, but he's losing a lot of farms, and Deathnote's actually supply stuck now, too. And Side's still on 77, so even though Deathnote has been given a little bit more time to deal with this army, he hasn't done so. He's got 1,000 gold, Ricky, supply blocked, and Side's expanding in the bottom left at the same time. Here's the town portal. Now or never. Could be the last fight of the day, last fight of the tournament for one of these two players.
Okay, this is going to be tough. I mean, there are some flying machines now in the air to try to kill these Gargs. Otherwise, the Gargs would just fully stomp on these Griffins. But here we go. The Griffins have to be on point. The claps are good. Patient Mountain King is a good Mountain King. Oh, but the nuke is so big as well.
There's just no way to save it. Involved! Last second, 16 health. He gets the clap off. There's one more Holy Light. That's the last one. Maybe past the staff. We would love to get one more clap out here, but oh yeah, there's a Coil Nova again.
Wait, Mountain King's surviving.
Mountain King is surviving. The Blood Mage not so lucky. Actually goes Banish on tier 2. Oh, Deathnote's doing absolutely everything he can to hold, but yeah, the Cripple's coming in, and that kind of makes the Griffins not too strong anymore, and it looks as though Todd is being proven right yet again, unless some miracle happens. All 3 heroes dead on the board, and the Griffins soon to follow. The Peasants certainly soon to follow. Will we see the second ultimate of the day, possibly the Cripplord ultimate? GG is called too early, and congrats to both the Undeads today. And a nice try to Deathnote, as well as Star-Shaped Deathnote, especially putting up a great fight today, but wasn't quite enough. Wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, tough break for Deathnote, man. I was really impressed. I don't want anyone to take away from that performance, man. He played really good today. SyDe making the adjustments and literally making them. I mean, Necro Wagon, we didn't see that in the first series. Pulls it out today on TS, a map we didn't see in the series because SyDe didn't want to play it, but now he did. Very good adjustments and a 2-1 victory for SyDe. And it's going to be Crab and SyDe, the Undead players that were the favorites. I mean, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But Crab and SyDe are going to be the 2 players. I wonder if the bracket's updated already. Nope, it's not. But SyDe is the victor, so SyDe will join Crab into the round of 8. And then we get into our last one, which is on tomorrow. And then we have our round of 4, our round of 8, baby.
Yep, which is a weekend after, right?
I think it's.
Don't think we have a week off this time.
It's the 10th and 11th. Yeah, it is. It is this weekend.
Yeah, so we got straight Saturday, Sunday Dust League action, then it'll be concluded, baby. Nice. 2 quick ones. 2 quick ones, 2 weekends in a row, right? Okay, Deathnote's going ham right now.
Yeah, Deathnote's going absolutely buck right now in the Discord chat. He's not a fan of the item. That's not why he lost game 3 though. And you know, you got to take your licks, man. We just gave Deathnote tons of accolades. He played great today, man.
He did play great. He played very, very much better than I expected, and he's made some serious improvements since the last time I've casted his games. Very well played to him. And tough opponents. Tough opponents in a matchup that I'm sure he doesn't enjoy too much, as he's stated in the past. But very well done.